Hello, everyone. Hang on 1 second. We're having some technical challenges, so if you don't mind, make sure that it's on the same Wi-Fi. So, how's everyone doing today? We are doing a very unique version of the Tipsy Realtors. So
you do that. Yeah. All right, guys. So at Tipsy Realtors, we're getting things set up. Our phone copped out in the last minute, but let me show you some great goodies today. So we are making something. What is it called today?
It's called a nightcap.
A nightcap, and you can see why. So here we got triple sec, we got brandy, and absinthe. I think that will definitely put anybody to sleep.
There we go.
Oh, we're connecting.
Now switch to the other camera.
Okay. Oh, I see. All right, there you go. Look at that.
We remembered everything but the camera today.
Well, it's one of those days. So, and while we're making after we'll make a nightcap, which looks spectacular, by the way, smells amazing because we already spilled absinthe everywhere. So it's an extra aromatic around here. We're going to be talking about security system and security solutions for your home.
Absolutely. So we're going to start with making the cocktail, and we're going to put the cocktail onto the screen. And what you'll see in the cocktail, it's pretty simple ingredients, but you start with something called a dry shake. So we're first putting in our triple sec, and then we're putting in our brandy. And actually the absinthe is from one of my favorite spirit houses in Kelowna. Actually, we're just outside of Kelowna by...
It's a really cool label. It's called Green Frog.
Yeah, show it to them.
Yeah.
So it's super cool that way.
See, there you go.
And then we're putting in an egg yolk, not an egg white, an egg yolk.
Egg yolk. Oh,
I
that's different.
You know what's funny is I actually checked the recipe twice to make sure that the egg yolk is what I'm putting in, not the egg white.
It's by Alchemist Distillery in Summerland. I've been there before. Yeah, it's a really cute place, actually.
So now we're dry shaking with just the egg yolk. So we haven't put any of the ice in. We're just dry shaking with the egg yolk just to make sure that it's nice and frothy.
Interesting. I don't think I ever had a drink with egg yolk.
It's usually egg white. And that's why I was so confused. And I kept coming back and going, really? Are you sure? And I was like, yep.
Well, it's good protein. Extra protein today. Oh my God, let me hold that. All right. And then you do the ice.
We need to do the show in Hawaii for her one day.
Yeah.
Or Hawaii on-site version.
Yeah, maybe I can do like a tap dance too. Like, we can do like the first ways on the shakes, right?
All right.
And we're using something like a coupe glass.
We should totally do a coupe glass for next week because it's Doug Coupe.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. We have a real treat for next week. So I hope you got, so it's kind of creamy. I can see, okay.
And based on the alcohol that's in this, like, it is absolutely going to put you to sleep.
Yeah. And we're using a beautiful floaty of orange slice and anise.
Yeah.
So because...
And this is what it looks like.
And I cannot do eggs. See the difference? It's very creamy looking. It is. What's that? The Christmas drink?
Eggnog.
Eggnog. It kind of looks like that.
That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's try this. Wow, it's fun.
So it's interesting. I will say this: when you put the egg yolk in there, it's not as strong.
Yes. Well, it's because it's kind of creamy and stuff. Mine is just like
alcohol. Just 3 ounces of alcohol.
I would say, I mean, absinthe is comes through very strong. It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, it's a strong flavored, alcohol and has very prominent taste and smell. You almost don't taste any brandy or triple sec, I would say.
Yeah. So in mine, it's creamy. I
Yeah.
would say you taste the brandy, and you definitely like the anise
Okay,
is
well,
100%
let me
forward,
just do like the little taste.
and see the difference.
Oh yeah,
Mine tastes way different with the egg yolk.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Try mine without. Like it's super different. I would say that nightcap you can do for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's way better
Yeah,
with the egg yolk. 100%.
yeah. Like if you want to have different version of eggnog for Christmas, this is actually a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, kind of if you have to like the kind of that anise flavor
Yeah.
of the absinthe, but I don't mind it actually. It's quite delicious.
Yeah, it is. But it's that
Mm.
egg yolk, and which is the unexpected part, that the egg yolk certainly makes it creamy and stuff like that. But I think that that's why you dry shake it with that egg yolk to kind of make that creamy
Yeah.
mixture, and then you throw the ice in and shake it again.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think for those adventurous ones who want to try it, I will definitely recommend it. I don't hate it.
No,
I mean, I'm okay with absinthe as well,
100%.
and lots of booze. Like I will never say no to that. But I think it's really cool, especially if you want to do a kind of a twist on your traditional eggnog too. I
Yeah.
think it's really nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now
Well, tried you
we
today.
talk
Yeah.
about Victoria chimed in. She's like, I'd be
Hi.
coughing.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, you would hate it. Definitely. Like, this drink is like even for
I
me,
don't
it's
know.
like
I
I have
think
to.
she might like it with the egg yolk in it.
Mm.
I think like it'd still be a little bit, but I think she'd still like it with the egg yolk.
Yeah, I don't think I can even finish this drink today because
You have to
the
dry.
amount of alcohol.
Yes, that's a lot.
Yeah, so security solutions for your home. Um, I mean, it is very important to know, especially if you like have a busy lifestyle that you're not always at home, you're traveling a lot, you have kids who stay at home quite often, and just but it just got so much easier
100%.
to get one. Like you can order things on Amazon. Like you don't. I mean, obviously there is some great systems. Interview tons of companies, see if that's the way you want to take. There is enormous amount of like the new stuff, but what we talk about is the ones you can kind of implement yourself.
Yeah, so I have a question. So we did actually engage a retired police officer, and no, it was not my husband, but it was another retired police officer.
The husband did not answer, so we called somebody else.
But we did engage a retired police officer who gave us some ideas. But what do you have right now in your house for
Well,
security?
I can't disclose
Oh,
that
okay.
because people will know.
Okay, well, fine. I'll tell you what I got in my house. I have a Ring doorbell in the front and back, and then we have kind of exterior sensors and Schlag door locks in our house. We actually have properties in two other countries, and actually we have uh, those kind of Ring doorbells and outdoor cameras and the Schlag door locks on every single house that we own.
Yes.
So we use that to monitor all
My
of
goal
our
is to
properties.
have all that on my house.
So, and actually one has a motion censored light.
Yeah.
Two of them actually. Two
Mhm.
have a motion censored light. So those are all things that we've got. Three actually have motion censored
Yeah.
light. So those are all things that we've got in our properties as kind of our security features. Obviously, I also am married to a police officer, so that super makes it easy too, because but the big thing, and you brought this up, and the police officer brought it up as well, is make friends with your neighbors.
Yeah, because this is the relationship we have with our neighbors, even the ones we don't like so much. But it's nice to know that we like watching out after each other. Because honestly, if you're looking outside and you see your neighbor's home, you see something that it doesn't look right, like the first thing I do is I call my neighbors. I was like, "Who's in your backyard, guys? You having a party without me?"
Exactly.
Or if I see I know they're traveling and their car is gone, and I wasn't sure if they had a friend who took it or
Yep.
it's actually gone. So it's great. Like I think that's like having that connection with your neighbors. I've been so lucky that all my neighbors, doesn't matter which community I lived in, had that same thing, and we always were like looking after each other. And we actually also do like the garbages for each other.
Yep.
So this way, if you took the garbage out and it sits in the curb and you leave for 3 days, it's not sitting there for 3 days and everybody knows you're not home.
Exactly.
Because you're like trying to avoid the signs of you're not home, like shoveling snow, for example, things like that we do for each other.
Yep.
Like it's great.
And obviously, monitored alarms is a great choice. And that's where you definitely make sure that you go through and you interview quite a few companies, look at their reviews online, look at their response time, what they do to get you to respond if someone has tripped your alarm and what the process is there.
One thing I'm going to say about this, because I know a lot of people go install it, but then it's not connected to anything because they decide not to pay the fee. Well, there's no point of installing a very fancy system if you're not connecting to the like monitoring place or the police or whatever it connects to, and make sure it's on. I know that with the new changes and stuff, like they basically have a system that can connect to your phone too. But I know before it would only connect if you had a Wi-Fi. Well, if you're out of Wi-Fi range, it doesn't connect. Like you know, so you make sure it's compatible with whatever your lifestyle is. But with now that we talked about, there is lots of cameras that easy to install as a ring doorbells or like you know, exactly, and they connect to your phone quite easily too, so you can actually watch them. You can see somebody at the door. Those keypad things.
Yeah.
The
keypad door locks that are Wi-Fi, so you can see when your door lock is open, and you can actually put in different codes for different people. So like for us in our Airbnbs, we actually will have a door code specifically, and it'll be like for this reservation. So if that reservation goes and accesses the property after their time, we get notified that that lock was used and when. We get to know when the cleaners go in and out and all of that because of the outdoor cameras and because of the Wi-Fi door
and if you forget to lock, I think you can lock it from your phone as well, right? So like it's like very great because sometimes you know when you leave your house in a hurry, you like, did I lock the door? Like
So one thing actually that we have that I love is that if I go
the little dogs.
The little dogs, they are cute too. But if I go upstairs and I go to bed and I tell Alexa to set an alarm for me, she will always remind me if my door is unlocked so that I know to lock it because it's all connected through that and connected on Wi-Fi. So I can actually, I'll be going to bed and I'll set an alarm and she'll go, your front door is unlocked. Would you like me to lock it? And I just say, yeah. And it's actually saved me a few times where you forgot to lock the front door. So sometimes getting that smart. You don't
have to get out of your bed.
Exactly.
Because you're lazy.
But sometimes getting those kind of smart kind of access points to remind you when you've gone to bed and forgot to lock that front or back door or even your garage door, which a lot of people don't think about. And that garage door gets left open a lot. One of the things actually that the police officer said to us is he says, make sure not to leave your garage door opener in your car because let's say you run back into the house and you've left your door open, people will jump in your car and grab that opener and wait for you to leave. And then many a times people don't lock that door between the garage and the house. So now they have access to your full home and God knows what they're doing.
Well, I had like friends who had somebody broke into their car outside of the house, took the garage door opener, opened the garage door, got in the house at night while they were sleeping, grabbed all the extra keys and purses, and actually took the car with them, 2 cars, and all the credit cards and the purse and whatever valuables they were able to grab right from the kitchen table.
So that was actually the other thing the police officer said is a lot of times people will hang their keys for their car or their house right by the front door when they walk in on little hooks. He says it's better to have them kind of somewhere hidden away from the front door. So that
and far away from the car.
So that it's not super easily accessible for them just to reach inside your house, grab your keys and walk out. So like hiding it in a laundry room that's a bit of a jaunt and stuff like that is always not a bad idea because if they did somehow get into your house, you don't want them taking your keys. Also too, as he says, your gates, having locks on your gates that are low down, mid gate point, not high gate point, and actually putting like a substantial lock on them that not everyone can get at.
That's another thing. I have no gates. My backyard totally open, like anybody can walk in.
But he says make it less appealing or harder for them
build a gate
to get into your home because if you make it less appealing and harder, put up surveillance stickers, stuff like that, put low bars on the lower windows, but obviously keep the keys on the inside close to that window in case there's a fire. He says what ends up happening is police do call them bad guys. That's actually what they call them. When I first met my husband and they called it a bad guy, I said, you don't call it a perp. He's like, you watch way too much TV. He's like, he's a bad guy, so we call him bad guys
Bad guys.
that do bad things. They do
Bad boys. Bad
guys.
boys.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so that they actually did, he said that they'll just move on to the next house. So if you make it less appealing, if you make it less attractive, if you make your home harder to get into, if you put bars on those easily accessible windows that are in the hidden spots.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people put, like, cameras. You can see there is a camera, those sensor lights when people walk over to the doors, especially if you have like private entries, side entries, anything like that. Get those sensor lights on, because spooks people away right away.
He did
And the
say
stickers,
the
the
stickers,
security stickers. You can actually purchase a lot of those now online and put it in your window.
And also, too, is he said that he actually has a punch pad for his garage instead of a garage door opener. So he does have to get out of his car to open his garage door, but he says it is safer. Now, the other thing, too, is...
I like, honestly, if I ever park my car, which is usually parked in the garage, but if I do, I take my garage door opener with me.
Yeah, that's what he said, is take it with you. Now, the one thing I will say, though, is, of course, if it's a crime in progress or a life or death emergency, that is when you call 911. If it is a crime that has already been done and it is not currently ongoing and no one is at risk of death or injury or anything like that, and it's not a crime in progress, that is when you call 403-266-1234, which is the non-emergency line.
Yeah, like, see, I don't even know that number. Yeah, it's good to know. You should put somewhere like sticker on the fridge, like for your kids.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like to know. Also, I just wanted to quickly mention, because we did chat about, like, for safety of your home. There is also could be like great fire alarms. So if you are with, like, for example, Nest or anything like similar security system, they have a smart carbon monoxide and like
CO2.
fire, CO2, all that kind of stuff. And they will not only yell in the house, and they also test themselves regularly, make sure they still are working. Your phone actually gets notification as well that you have a fire in the house, or something is not working, or like you need to check your system. Absolutely. So that's really good. And I know you can put sensors on your plumbing pipes.
Yeah.
So if something breaks and you have a leak in the pipe, it also notifies you. So if you are away and you get any of the things like fire, water leak, or whatever, you can also save your home by acting quickly.
And as much as you hate when
calling your good neighbor.
And as much as you hate when your little dogs bark, it is actually not bad.
I will teach my lizard to bark.
It is a good safety feature, because people don't want to come in and deal with dogs. So if you do have dogs, believe it or not, them barking when you're not home is not always a bad idea, because it will deter people from entering your home. But
okay.
Prize time!
Oh, prizes. Okay, wow. Okay. So this month we're doing it's kind of one hand drink and cigar. So you have like a spot in this glass. Look how cool that is. You can put a cigar here.
And you're getting two of these glasses.
Yeah, so it's for you and your buddy, or your partner, if you guys both into cigars. But it's really cool. You can take it, put your drink in, put your cigar in. Or sometimes you're like tired of holding it.
Yeah.
Because it's like usually they're really large, so you just gotta put it in there and then let it relax.
Exactly.
So it's great. So how do you win this? You're gonna like, love, share, tag your best buddy, cigar buddy, on all social media platforms that you see it. So obviously Facebook Live, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I think that's kind of what we.
Yeah.
Yep, I got it. What are we doing next?
Next week, the new Doug.
The new Doug.
The new Doug.
It's a cocktail that was kind of an invention in a way.
In a way.
Because somebody tried the cocktail, but didn't remember what was in a cocktail. So there was a versions of this cocktail we did taste off. And we picked one that we thought had the best mixology in it.
Exactly. And it's a little bit sweet, a little bit smoky, just like our broker, Doug, who will be on our show.
We're going to have Doug as a guest. So
excited. He is going to talk about what is a good broker and what a good brokerage looks like, because we had so many people talking to us about real estate saying that they'd love to do it. But honestly, the most important and the biggest thing that you can do when you're in real estate is find a good brokerage to be a part of that treats you well and that helps you out. So Doug is going to be here. to
And I
help you
think
with
for
that.
just a general in public, because like you don't like Remax, for example, as a brand, we part of Remax Realty Professionals as a brokerage. Doug is our broker. We actually independent contractors, realtors. So there's a lot going on in like real estate system. So if you ever were interested learning how it all works, well, that's going to be a great show for you.
Absolutely. And most importantly, if you have any friends, family, coworkers, people that you like, people that you don't like, yourself who's looking at buying or selling
Yes.
real estate, please give us a call. We'll love to help you out.
Yes.
Just give you advice,
It's
all the
still
kind of stuff.
very low inventory. People asking me, is it still low inventory? Yes, it is. I was in a 15 offer competitive. Unfortunately, my clients lost. We were outbid by over 20,000.
Yeah.
So, and we outbid the price by over 10,000. So it sold over 30,000 over asking price, the little townhouse. So yes, it's still low inventory. It's still very competitive. It is, but I would have to say there is becoming a little bit more options to buy.
There is.
Yeah, and there is a lot of people willing to sell without even going on the market.
Yeah.
Getting properties off of the market has become kind of our goal, and we've been quite successful with that. So don't afraid to sell your home and think, what's next, because we'll help you with that too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks
All
for
right.
watching.
Thanks. Have a great
Yeah.
day.